There are those people who always seem to be marching to the beat of a different drummer. These are people, I think, you don't want in your marching band. They probably wouldn't put up with it anyway, being just a cog in the wheel, a piece of the puzzle. Ruth Ezell tonight on all of the hard work and the dedication, everything that it takes to make one of those intricate marching band routines look just right. And when you got it, you still have to sound good.
For members of Lindbergh High School's Spirit of St. Louis Marching Band, lessons begin weeks before summer vacation officially ends.
5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8.
We first visited these young musicians at a rehearsal in mid-August 2006. They had just returned from 4 days at band camp in the Ozarks, where they became acquainted with the music and marching routine they'll perform during football season.
You learn the marching first and then you learn the music, but getting out there and having to march and play the music at the same time is probably the hardest thing to get used to when you're coming in and it's your first time.
Casey Lovera has been playing alto sax since the 6th grade. A senior at Lindbergh, this is her final year with the marching band.
I mean, as you can see, it's a huge band. You meet so many people and they become like your family, and it's just, I mean, you have people to go to and we all share the same like and being out there and playing music and putting on a show, and it's really fun.
In the brass section is fellow senior Brandon Morris on trumpet. In addition to the pleasure he gets from performing, Brandon says being in the band instills discipline.
You come up here first week from 7 to 6 at night, and it's just grueling. You know, first 4 hours you're outside, it's just like, oh, you're just dying. And, you know, you get a lot of, I mean, you're there so much. You just get a lot of discipline. You get a lot of friends. I mean, most of my friends I hang out with, like, even if they're not in band now, they all started there.
Stop at 19. Check and adjust. Trust yourself where you're going.
The man at the helm is Lindbergh High's director of bands, Bob Spiegelman.
As you're bringing them up around, I think we went through that.
He oversees 2 concert bands, 2 jazz bands, and the marching band, the latter having 186 members. That's about 10% of the school population. What is the attraction, do you think? Is it because of the reputation of the school that so many kids want to be in the band?
I hope it's because kids, first and foremost, like playing their instrument, like being with one another. We have an outstanding middle school program, and I think the enjoyment the kids get from playing their band instrument at the middle school, they want to continue on at the high school.
Spiegelman has several assistants on his staff assigned to the different instrumental sections of the band, including woodwinds, brass, and percussion. They are crucial to the success of this group, which has to master music with complex, ever-changing meters. That is, how the beats in a song are measured. At the same time, players have to conquer tricky formations as advanced as those in many college bands.
Stay in your file, stay in your file.
So how does Bob Spiegelman come up with the band's program?
It's a long process. We talk about the kind of show we'd like to do, and we have a gentleman who writes our music for us who's in California. We also have a drill writer who's actually in Japan. We look over a lot of different kind of music. Once we decide on kind of the theme of the show or how these pieces all fit together, we take it to the music arranger. He arranges the music, and then we pass it on to the drill writer and saying we want certain things to happen at certain points along the way in the show. And then he takes the score and takes those comments that we sent him and creates a drill based on how many members of the band we have and what instrumentation we have in the band, how many trumpets, how many trombones, and so on. And it all comes together, and it's all done pretty much over the internet. Okay, unless you're being instructed, go back to 39.
Then it's practice, practice, practice.
It's a kind of a unique situation with marching bands because we have all 4 grade levels in the same class. Yet everyone, when we go to have a performance or we go to competition, there's no indication on their uniform that they're a freshman or a senior. They all have to march and play at the same level, which is quite a challenge. Lots better. It's a lot of repetition, and it becomes very second nature to them once it all gets memorized. We're going to do that chunk one more time.
Once the school year started, the Spirit of St. Louis Marching Band was busy performing at Lindbergh Flyers football games. Members also took part, as they do every year, in competitions. 2 months after that practice session, we followed them to a contest in downtown St. Louis. The event was the 2006 Super Regional, held by Music for All and Bands of America.
All right, guys.
Lindbergh was among 50 bands from 16 states that converged on the Edward Jones Dome in October. The sponsors of the two-day competition and many other events across the country advocate quality music education to nurture young people, their schools, and communities.
Being involved in music is not necessarily a sporting event, and nothing wrong with a sporting event, but the kids that are involved in music today are scoring better on test scores and preparing themselves for life in a way that they don't get any other way. So we don't downplay the competition necessarily, but it isn't the main focus of what we do.
All the bands go through a series of warm-ups before they perform, starting with stretching.
Arms up, hope. Resume.
There's practice marching for a last-minute check of their alignment. Last, but certainly not least, the musical warm-up and tune-up. Then to the field, where getting off on the right foot means stepping off with your left. The bands are evaluated by a group of 7 judges, 4 for music, 3 for marching.
Those judges will be in various positions, most of them from an up-top perspective where they can see the whole of what's going on. And then we have a couple of judges, a music judge and a visual judge, who are down on the field, who deal with more of the technical pieces. How is an individual performing their music or marching their drill, and really can critique them on an individual kind of basis. So it's a meld of all of that.
It took a day and a half for all the bands to complete their performances in the preliminary round. After that came the announcement of which bands would make the cut for the Super Regional Finals.
The Roosevelt High School.
Even though Lindbergh did not place among the 14 finalists, the band made a good showing against stiff AAA class competition. Our story isn't over just yet. 1 week after the Super Regional, the band came back here to the Dome for the competition that means the most to its members, the Greater St. Louis Marching Band Festival. In this contest, 48 bi-state area bands competed in 4 divisions. This time, Lindbergh received the highest overall score in the gold division, along with the highest scores for its music performance and percussion section. Are you going to miss the band, you think, after you graduate?
Of course. I'll miss this whole experience, but I'll definitely come back and visit and watch the shows. And yeah, but it will be something missed because it takes up so much of your time. I'm going to have so much free time. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I would say, yeah, I'm not going to miss this up early every day. Gosh. But I'm probably going to end up, really missing this because the people really, I like all the people here, and it's just fun.
I'm very proud of it. A lot of hard work, and they're just great kids to be around.